Hi, this is Stephen Wachowski from Christian Music Network, and we're here with Eric Mattson from Makeshift3 and Good Luck Ugly. So tell me about yourselves.
Yeah, I actually started playing drums back in 1995, and a couple of my high school buddies used to play a lot of different punk covers and stuff back in the day, and so they needed a drummer. They wanted to start a new band, and I started taking lessons from a couple high school buddies and started going to shows with them, and that led on to starting Makeshift3. We ended up doing 4 full-length albums, an EP. We played on the Vans Warp Tour, and we're fortunate enough to play with a bunch of Christian rock bands like Project 86, Slick Shoes, Dogwood, Sego 24/7, who are now Amberlin, Off the Record, and just really got involved in the Tooth and Nail Records community. And later went on to play with a band called Good Luck Ugly, another Christian ska type band, and released an EP along with a full-length record, and was able to play shows with bands like the Ataris and Guttermouth, and ended up playing at the House of Blues in Anaheim. And everything, I think, was going well until this COVID-19 epidemic hit.
Yeah, it hit us really hard. Yeah, it hit the whole entire world. So yeah, yeah. So tell me about the songs they have from Makeshift3, Irish Sky. So tell me about that song.
Yeah, Irish Sky was actually about one of my good college buddies who ended up passing away in the early 2000s. And during that time, Makeshift3, we were writing our 4th full-length album, and we wanted to incorporate a song about him. He's Irish, and I still keep in contact with his family to this day. And so it's basically kind of a tribute song to one of our lost brothers, and it's just kind of a in memory type song, and we just wanted to show his family that we care.
Okay, great. And tell me about your song, 9-Year Love Story.
Yeah, that song was actually about the bass player in Makeshift3, Tyler. He ended up dating his high school sweetheart for 9 years. They eventually went on to get married. So it's one of those kind of rare kind of fairy tale relationships where they met early on and got married in their 20s. And after 9 years of discernment, they decided they were meant to be. So that's a song about our bass player who was in a 9-year relationship before marriage.
Nice. Wow. Cool. And then you have the song Cut, Poison, Burn.
Yeah, so Cut, Poison, Burn is actually a song about one of the band members' relatives who had some medical issues regarding cancer. And Cut, Poison, Burn is actually kind of the procedure often in which they treat cancer. They go ahead and cut and then poison and burn. It's kind of just a short way of saying what the cancer treatment is. But yeah, we were definitely kind of affected with cancer to one of our family members. And again, we were writing songs with things and topics that were really hitting home at the time. So we decided to write a song about it.
Okay, great. And then the songs for Good Luck Ugly, you have Coming Home. Tell me about that song.
Yeah, Coming Home is kind of a positive, uplifting song, kind of for the future, being hopeful for the future, hoping to be in heaven one day, trying to keep it positive, and, bring forth kind of a joyful message, while just, you know, trying to keep positive during kind of a negative time.
Good, good, good. And then the next song is Thank God, Merry Christmas. So,
Yeah, actually last year, Rottweiler Records and the CEO, Sean Browning, they do an annual compilation around Christmas time with Christian rock bands who want to contribute a Christmas song. So we had decided to participate, and it was basically just a fun song about Christmas and kind of all the different things that go along with it. And it was the 2019 single that we released, and it worked out perfect in time for the holidays.
cool, 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 cool. And then you have the song I'm Waiting.
Yeah, I'm Waiting is a lot of the songs were about breakup, relationships, girl gets the guy sort of thing. And that's just a song about being patient in regards to finding the right person. And so again, kind of writing songs that were about what we were going through at the time. And so that ended up being, yeah, one of the more popular songs.
Oh, great, 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 great. So, where can we find your music?
Yeah, so fortunately, everything, you know, if you do a search on Google for Makeshift3, along with Facebook, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. So basically, everywhere you listen to and stream music, you will find those bands.
Hey, cool, 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 cool. And you have stuff available for a good look ugly too, right?
Yes, everything now is searchable on Google, and all music is available for everyone to enjoy.
Good, 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 good. So, what are your concerts like?
Well, right now, during this COVID crisis, I think bands in general are just extremely inactive. So the last concert I played, I want to say, was either back in February or March. And so all the shows that we had booked after that ended up getting canceled. So um, right now, you know, I don't think there's ever been a time like this in the music industry where musicians and bands have struggled. So I'm always trying to reach out to musicians, trying to, you know, try to do something online or, um, you know, in DIY studios, just doing videos, interviews, art, graphics to stay active, because the concert scene right now, I think is pretty much dead.
Ye-
Aside from maybe some drive-in type shows, some online shows, and, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe some states may have a couple little, you know, venues outdoors with certain conditions.
yeah. That's true in all areas. Unfortunately, yeah. But states are relaxing a bit. I live in the East Coast, so things are opening up, so which is good. So I don't know what's like in the West Coast.
Yeah, out here everything is very strict. It's all masks. Even just reaching out to different musicians locally to get together and write and record is often a struggle. So I feel like the music industry is kind of on a standby right now, and hopefully we can pick back up soon.
Good. Yeah, yeah. So any other future plans for you and your bands or?
The plans right now, I mean, for me, because I'm so limited, you know, normally I'm used to playing shows live, you know, if not touring, then on the weekends. I'm actually being really aggressive right now in finding just any other musicians I can work with, whether it's side projects or just writing songs and exchanging material via, you know, email or text. Because right now as a band, one of the only ways to be successful as a band is playing live. And unless you're touring or constantly playing live, basically the band's career kind of comes to a standstill unless you were already established. So in the meantime, I'm just constantly looking out for music producers, promoters, other musicians, and just trying to make as many connections as possible in the meantime.
Good. Yeah. Is there uh, any other messages that you have for other musicians who are struggling to?
Yeah, I think one thing for other musicians to recognize is definitely set a goal. Where do you want to see yourself in the short term and the long term? And then talk to other musicians who have accomplished your goals and see if they can help you get some direction on how you can reach them. Um, Another thing to do is kind of recognize your talents. Are you a songwriter? Are you more of a business person? Are you a good stage performer? I think everyone has their pros. Everyone has their pros and cons in what they can contribute to a band, and so definitely capitalize on your strengths. And another thing too is you constantly have to put yourself out there with regards to making connections in the music industry. If it's booking agents, managers, record labels, making friends with other bands. That way, you can set yourself up for possibly playing shows with them or touring with them. So aside from really focusing on your instrument and reaching out to others to accomplish your goals and also making contacts in the music industry, I think you can really set yourself up for success.
Hey, good. I'd like to thank you for coming on today, Eric. It was a real pleasure. So yeah, and we'll resume next week with another interview. And next week we have Art Safegno. Great. So thank you, Eric.
All right. Thank you, Stephen, for having
Yeah.
me on the show. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.